Destination B2. Phrasal verbs. Ask after. Ask for news about. Tony was asking after you and I told him you were fine. Back down. Stop demanding something. Stop saying that you will do something. It seemed as if the man was going to start a fight with the manager, but he eventually backed down. Back out. Decide not to do something you agreed to do. But you promised to help me this weekend, you can't back out now. Bank on. Depend on something happening. I'm really banking on getting that job at the supermarket. Break down. Stop working for a machine, etc. That's the third time our car's broken down this month. Break out. Escape from prison. Reports are coming in that 2 prisoners have broken out of Pentonwood Prison. Break out. Start suddenly, for a war, fire, etc. It seems that the fire broke out in the kitchen. Bring forward. Change the date, time of an event so it happens earlier. Because of recent events, the meeting has been brought forward to the 29th. Bring in. Introduce a new law or system. The government are planning to bring in a law banning hunting. Bring on. Cause an illness, etc. Being out in the fog always brings on my asthma. Bring out. Produce and start to sell a new product. Did you hear that Rem have just brought out a new album? Bring up. Look after a child until he or she becomes an adult. Both Sarah's parents died when she was young and she was brought up by her grandmother. Bring up. Start discussing a subject. I hate to bring it up, but do you have that money you owe me? Call for. Require, need. The manager said that the situation called for some difficult decisions. Call for. Demand. The farmers are calling for assistance from the government. Call off. Cancel. I hope they don't call the concert off because of this rain. Carry on. Continue. You carry on painting this wall and I'll go and get some more brushes. Carry out. Perform an experiment, etc. The investigators have been carrying out tests on the pieces of plane recovered after the accident. Catch on. Become popular or fashionable. Your green hair is great, but I don't think it'll catch on. Catch on. Understand. Greg is really clever and always catches on in class very quickly. Catch up with. Reach the same point/level as. I ran a little faster to try to catch up with the others. Chase after. Follow somebody/something quickly in order to catch them. The shopkeeper ran out of the shop and chased after the shoplifter as he ran down the street. Check in. Register at a hotel or an airport. Give me your passport and I'll go to the desk to check in. Check out. Leave a hotel. All guests must check out by midday. Check out. Investigate. Let's check out that new website Bill was talking about. Clear up. Become brighter and better, for weather. If it doesn't clear up, then I'm afraid we may have to cancel the race. Close down. Stop operating, for companies. What is the government doing about the fact that dozens of local businesses are closing down every month? Come, round. Happen again, for regular events. Christmas soon comes around, doesn't it? Come, round to. Be persuaded to change your mind, about. That's a good point. Maybe I'm coming round to your way of thinking. Come across. Find something or meet somebody by chance. I came across some old photographs while I was clearing out my desk. Come by. Get something, especially something that is hard to get. How did you come by that painting? Come down with. Start to suffer from a minor illness. After being out in the storm, Greg came down with a cold. Come forward. Offer help or information. After the police appealed for help from the public, a number of people came forward with useful information. Come into. Inherit. At the age of 18, Roger suddenly came into a fortune. Come off. Succeed. Well, I think it's a stupid plan and I'll be amazed if it comes off. Come on. Develop or make progress. Your piano playing is really coming on, isn't it? Come on. Start to be broadcast. That quiz show you wanted to watch comes on in half an hour. Come out. Be published. I can't wait until the next Harry Potter book comes out. Come round/to. Become conscious. After a worrying few minutes, Sean started to come round and opened his eyes. Come up with. Think of, an idea, a plan, etc. Who do you think came up with the idea of the bicycle? Count on. Rely on, trust. Don't worry, you can count on me to help if you need it. Cross out. Draw a line through something written. Danny realized that he'd made a spelling mistake and crossed the word out. Cut down on. Do less of, smoking, etc. If you can't give up smoking, you could at least try to cut down. Cut down on. Reduce an amount of. My doctor has advised me to cut down on fat. Cut off. Make a place difficult or impossible to enter, leave or communicate with. The snow meant that the village was cut off for over a month. Cut off. Stop the supply of something. When we move, don't forget to tell them to cut the water and electricity off. Cut off. Disconnect. I was talking to Gordon on the phone when we were suddenly cut off. Dawn on. If something dawns on you, you realize it for the first time. It suddenly dawned on me that Sharon loved Oscar and that was why she was behaving so strangely. Deal with. Handle, cope with. My job mostly involves dealing with complaints from members of the public. Die down. Become less noisy, powerful, or active. The actor waited for the laughter to die down before continuing. Do away with. Get rid of. I think they should do away with double yellow lines and just let people park where they want to. Do up. Repair, paint or improve. You should have your house done up before you sell it. Do without. Live without, something you can't afford. If there's one thing I could never do without, it's my mobile phone. Draw up. Create, plans, etc. The architect started to draw up the plans for the new house. Dress up. Put on fancy or unusual clothes. I used to love dressing up in my mom's clothes when I was a little girl. Drop in, on. Visit unexpectedly. I hope you don't mind me dropping in on you like this, only I was just passing and I thought we could have a quick cup of coffee. Drop off. Let someone get out of a vehicle. Let's get the taxi driver to drop us off outside the supermarket. Drop off. Fall asleep. After a long day at work, Henry dropped off in front of the TV. Drop out of. Leave school, etc. before you have finished a course. Dave's parents were very disappointed when he dropped out of university. Drown out. Prevent a sound from being heard by making a louder noise. The shouts from the audience drowned the politician out and no one could hear a word he was saying. Face up to. Accept something and try to deal with it. You need to face up to your responsibilities. Fall for. Fall in love with. Romeo really fell for Juliet when he first kissed her. Fall for. Believe, a lie/trick/joke, etc. I told Sam that we had the day off school, and he fell for it. Fall out with. Have an argument with and stop being friends. Pamela hasn't spoken to her father since they fell out 8 years ago. Feel up to. Feel well enough to do. I know I should go to the gym today, but I don't really feel up to it. Fill in. Add information in the spaces on a document. Just fill in this form and then hand it in at reception.
Find out. Discover information, etc. I've always wanted to find out more about the ancient Egyptians.
Flick through. Turn and look at the pages of a magazine, etc. quickly. I was flicking through a magazine when, suddenly, I saw a photograph of the man who had stolen the money. Get somebody down. Make somebody feel sad or lose hope. This rainy weather really gets me down. Get along with. Have a good relationship with. I don't know why, but I don't really get along with my girlfriend's parents. Get at. Try to express. The man pointed at his shoulder, but I couldn't understand what he was getting at. Get away with. Escape punishment for. The police promised that the thieves would not be allowed to get away with the robbery. Get back. Return from a place. When did you get back from holiday? Get by. Manage to survive, financially. I don't make a huge amount of money, but we get by. Get on with. Have a good relationship with. I get on with most of my teachers except Mr. Mills. Get on for. Be almost a particular time, number, age, etc. I'm not sure what time it is, but it must be getting on for midnight. Get on with. Continue doing. Jill had lunch and then got on with revising for her exams. Get over. Recover from an illness, etc. It took Mary a long time to get over her illness. Get round to. Start after planning to do something for a long time. When do you think you'll get round to fixing the bathroom door? Get through. Use all of, finish. I can't believe we've got through 10 pints of milk in a week. Get up to. Do something you should not do. My brother and I used to get up to lots of things our parents didn't know about when we were young. Give away. Give free of charge. Did you hear that they're giving away free tickets to the concert tonight? Give away. Reveal something you are trying to hide. I know you haven't seen the film yet, so I won't give the ending away. Give in. Stop making an effort to achieve something difficult. I couldn't finish the crossword, so in the end I gave in and had a look at the answers. Give off. Produce something such as heat or a smell. The fridge gets hot next to the cooker because the cooker gives off a lot of heat. Give up. Stop doing something you do regularly. I gave the piano up about a year ago and started playing the guitar. Go away. Go on holiday. We go away every summer, and this year we're thinking about Russia. Go down, as. Be remembered for having done something. Churchill went down as a great wartime leader. Go in for. Enter a competition, etc. You should go in for the talent contest they're holding at the youth club this weekend. Go in for. Like. I could never go in for windsurfing. It's just not my kind of sport. Go into. Deal with something in detail. The head teacher asked me to go to the school to talk about Alexander's behavior, but she wouldn't go into it on the phone. Go off. Be no longer fresh. Milk goes off very quickly if you don't put it in the fridge. Go off. Explode, be fired, for a gun, usually accidentally. A bomb went off outside the Syrian embassy in London today, injuring 5 people. Go off. Stop liking. Will used to really like jazz music, but he's gone off it lately. Go on. Continue happening or doing something. Even though everyone said they had heard it, Carol went on telling the joke. Go on. Do something after doing something else. He started by criticizing me, and then went on to offer me promotion. Go over. Repeat or think about again in order to understand completely. I'd like to begin by going over what we did in last week's lesson. Go/come round. Go/come to somebody's house to visit them. We were wondering if you'd like to come round for dinner one night this week. Grow on. If something grows on you, you start to like it more. I didn't like reality TV at first, but it really grows on you after a while. Grow out of. Develop from. My ambition to be a computer programmer grew out of playing computer games. Grow out of. Become too big for. Tracy's grown out of her shoes, so we'll have to buy her some new ones. Grow up. Become older. I'd like to be a bus driver when I grow up. Hand down. Give something valuable to your children or grandchildren, usually when you die. This necklace was handed down to me by my grandmother. Hand in. Give to a person in authority. I took the wallet I had found and handed it in at the police station. Hand out. Give things to people in a group. Johnny, please hand these out to everyone in the class. Hold up. Rob while threatening violence. 2 men held up a security van today and then escaped on motorbikes. Hold up. Delay. I was held up in a traffic jam. Join in. Participate, take part. You'll feel much better if you join in, instead of just watching everyone else have fun. Keep on. Continue doing something. If you keep on being late for work, you're going to be in trouble with the manager. Keep up with. Stay at the same point/level as. Gordon walks so fast that no one can keep up with him. Knock out. Defeat and remove from a competition. Steve Wilson, the British number 1, has been knocked out of the US Open Tennis Championship by Peter Collingwood. Knock out. Make unconscious. When I fell off my bike, my head hit the ground and I was completely knocked out for about 5 minutes. Leave out. Not include. If you don't like cinnamon, then simply leave it out and add sugar to the apples instead. Let down. Disappoint. Voters feel really let down by the government. Let off. Give little or no punishment. I can't believe that the teacher let Ben off with just a warning. Let off. Make a bomb, etc. explode. Be very careful if you're going to let off those fireworks. Line up. Get/put into lines. The soldiers all lined up, ready to be inspected by the officer. Leave on. Used as a source of money. I wanted the job, but I wouldn't be able to live on the salary. Look after. Take care of. Could you look after my cat while I'm on holiday? Look down on. Think that you are better than. It annoys me the way Vera looks down on other people. Look into. Investigate. Police are looking into the theft. Look out. Be careful. Look out. You're going to fall. Look round. Examine a place. We looked round the house but decided that it was too expensive for us. Look up to. Admire and respect. I've always looked up to my elder brother because he never gives up. Look up. Try to find information in a book or list, etc. Just a second, I'll look Harry's number up in the phone book. Make off. Escape. It seems that the burglars made off without being seen by dressing as postmen. Make out. Pretend that something is true. Nancy tried to make out that he'd won the lottery, but we all knew it wasn't true. Make out. See, hear, or understand somebody or something with difficulty. Someone was waving at me in the distance, but I couldn't make out who it was. Make out. Write all the necessary information on a check, etc. Could you please make the check out to Eurofinance Limited? Make up. Become friends again after an argument. I had an argument with my best friend, but we soon made up. Make up. Invent an explanation, excuse, etc. As I got to school, I knew that I would have to make up an excuse for being late. Make up. Create a story, poem, etc. Laura made up a poem about the English teacher. Make up for. Provide something good, so that something bad seems less important. When the concert was cancelled, my dad took us to the cinema to make up for it. Make/head for. Go in the direction of. It started to rain, so we made for a nearby farmhouse. Name after. Give somebody or something the same name as somebody or something else. My dad named his boat after his grandmother. Narrow down. Reduce the number of possibilities. I still haven't decided which university to go to, but I've narrowed it down to about 4. Pass away. Die. I was sorry to hear that your grandfather passed away. Pass out. Suddenly become unconscious. It was so hot that several members of the crowd passed out and had to be taken to hospital. Pick on. Keep treating someone badly or unfairly. It's not fair when some of the bigger boys pick on the little ones. Pick up. Stop in a vehicle to give someone a lift. I'll pick you up from outside your house and we'll drive into town. Plug in. Connect to the electricity supply. I couldn't understand why the vacuum cleaner wasn't working, and then I realized I hadn't plugged it in. Pop in to. Visit quickly or for a short time. Mum popped into the cake shop to get something for after dinner. Pull in. Stop by the side of the road in a car. Could you just pull in for a second so that I can buy some chewing gum? Pull out. Stop being involved in an activity. The other company pulled out of the deal at the last minute. Pull through. Survive a serious illness, etc. The doctors were really worried about Simon, but in the end he pulled through. Put by. Save an amount of money for the future. I try to put a little by each month for emergencies. Put down. Criticize, make someone feel stupid. I wish you wouldn't keep putting me down in front of other people. Put down. Kill a sick/old animal. We used to have a horse, but he fell and broke his leg, so he had to be put down. Put down to. Suggest that something is the result of. The minister put the recent economic problems down to the rise in oil prices. Put forward. Suggest. A number of suggestions were put forward during the meeting, but none of them were very useful. Put off. Delay, postpone. Wendy told me that the wedding has been put off until next January. Put off. Make somebody not want to do or not like something. I've never tasted blue cheese because the smell has always put me off. Put on. Gain weight. I put on so much weight over Christmas. Put on. Hold, perform, a show, play, etc. I read that they're putting Macbeth on at the Lovies Theatre. Put out. Make something stop burning. I'm afraid you'll have to put your cigarette out before you enter the building. Put through. Connect by phone. I'll just put you through to the supervisor, Mrs. Edwards. Put up with. Tolerate. You have to put up with a lot in this job, but it's worth it in the end. Run into. Meet by chance. You'll never guess who I ran into in town this afternoon. Run out of. Not have any left. I'm afraid we've run out of time, so I'd like to thank my guests and I hope we'll see you next week on Discussion Time. Run over. Hit with a car. Andrea was run over outside her house and she's been taken to hospital. Sail through. Do something or deal with something very easily. With a little bit of revision, you should sail through the exam. Save up, for. Save money little by little, for a specific purpose. I'm saving up for my holiday in India. See off. Go to a train station, etc. to see someone leave. We all went to the bus station to see Grandma off. See through. Recognize that something is not true and not be tricked by it. The guard saw through the woman's disguise and immediately arrested her. See through, to. Continue, or help to continue, to the end of something unpleasant or difficult. I'm not enjoying my computer course anymore, but I'll see it through to the end. See to. Deal with. Could you answer the door while I see to the baby? Set in. Start and be likely to continue for a while, for rain, winter, an economic depression, etc. Many birds fly south before winter sets in. Set out. Explain, describe or arrange something in a clear and detailed way. I liked your composition, but I think you need to set your ideas out more clearly by using paragraphs. Set out. Start working on something in order to achieve an aim. In the beginning, we set out to build a successful company, but we never expected to become millionaires. Set out/off. Start a journey. As the sun rose, we took down our tents and set out across the desert. Set to. Start doing something in a determined or enthusiastic way. We only had a few hours to get the party ready, so we set to work quickly. Set up. Start a business, organization, etc. You're such a good cook that I think you should set up a restaurant. Settle down. Become calm after being upset, etc. When his mom left him at school on the first day, Charlie was quite upset, but he soon settled down and started to enjoy himself. Settle down. Stay in one place or get married and live quietly. She spent her 20s traveling round the world and then settled down in a quiet village in Castleton. Show a round. Take somebody on a tour of a place. Let me show you round the garden. Show off. Try to attract people's attention and make them admire you, usually used negatively. My sister thinks she's a good singer and she's always showing off when people come to visit. Slow down. Decrease speed. The train started to slow down as it approached the station. Speed up. Increase speed. I realized that I might not have enough time to finish the exam, so I started to speed up. Stand for. Represent, for abbreviations and symbols. BBC stands for British Broadcasting Corporation. Stand for. Put up with. I wouldn't stand for it if someone spoke that rudely to me. Stand in for. Do somebody's job for them while they are not available. Mr. Howard will be standing in for Mrs. O'Connell while she's ill. Stand out. Be easy to see because of being different. Molly has bright red hair, so she always stands out in a crowd. Stand up for. Support in an argument or fight. I know that my best friend will always stand up for me. Take aback. Surprise, usually in passive voice. We were all taken aback by the news. Take after. Look or behave like an older relative. George really takes after his grandfather, doesn't he? Take down. Write down what someone says. Could I just take down your details? Take in. Trick somebody into believing something that is not true. The man at the door claimed to be a policeman, but the old woman wasn't taken in. Take off. Become successful or popular very fast. The iPod has really taken off over the last couple of years. Take off. Leave the ground. As the plane took off, I looked down at the houses below us. Take off. Remove a piece of clothing. Carl took off his coat and started to warm himself by the fire. Take on. Start to employ. There's so much work to do in the office that maybe we should take on a secretary. Take on. Accept work or responsibility. I haven't got time to take on any more projects at the moment. Take over. Take control of a business, etc. When Mr. Barker retired, his daughter took over the family business. Take two. Begin to like. The class took to Mrs. Openshaw straight away. Take two. Start as a habit. I've taken to going for a 5-mile run every morning. Take up. Start a hobby, sport, etc. Why don't you take up a hobby, like collecting something? Take up. Fill an amount of space/time. Studying takes up most of my time at the moment. Tear down. Destroy or remove, for buildings, statues, etc. That beautiful old building was torn down to make way for a new supermarket. Tear up. Rip into pieces. Robin suddenly grabbed the letter out of my hand and tore it up. Think over. Consider. When I asked Teresa to marry me, she said she'd have to think it over. Throw away. Get rid of, discard. The CD wouldn't play anymore, so I threw it away. Try on. Put on a piece of clothing to see how it looks and whether it fits. Deborah took the skirt into the changing room to try it on. Try out. Experiment with. England need to try out a few new players before the World Cup starts. turn down, not accept, an offer, request, etc. I applied to join the Air Force, but they turned me down because of my eyesight. Turn into. Change into something different. It started as the holiday of a lifetime but soon turned into a nightmare. Turn off. Stop a machine working. Would you please turn that stereo off and get your homework done? Turn out. Develop in a particular way or have a particular result. I was late for the interview, but it turned out all right in the end and I got the job. Turn over. Turn a page so that the other side is towards you. If you all turn over, you'll see a table that shows how sales have gone this year. Turn round. Go back in the opposite direction. I realized I'd forgotten my phone, so I turned round and went back to get it. Turn up. Appear unexpectedly or without making a firm arrangement. Victor hadn't been invited to the party, but he just turned up anyway. Wear off. Stop being effective, for a drug, etc. My arm started to hurt again as the effects of the painkiller wore off. Wear out. Become old and unusable. I had to get a new pair of trainers because my old pair had worn out. Work out. Find the solution to a problem, etc. If you look at the context, maybe you can work out what the word means.